Welcome to the second video of module 3, where we are going to talk on virtual private cloud, and we will be talking on subnet, internet gateway and route table. So I already requested you to, when you are coming here, you come watching video number 1, which is on IP and CIDR. There I've already explained you what is IP and what is CIDR. And I also told you that if you are going to understand VPC, then CIDR is must. So let me give you one brief idea of what we have discussed. So we have discussed, let's say one CIDR is 192.168.0.0 slash, let's say 20. Then how many IPs we can create? So we can create 2 to the power 32 minus this 20, which is nothing but 2 to the power 12, and 2 to the power 12 is nothing but 4096. And also I have explained you how many IPs are reserved and all. Overall, we are going to watch what exactly CIDR is and how we are going to talk this in VPC. Okay, let's start. So here we are going to start on VPC. Now, VPC, before starting VPC, let me just talk about a person. Let me just talk about a person. So let's say this is a person who used to sell a piece of land, and let's say he's a broker. So he's a person who he deals with selling rent flats and lands for constructing homes. So he's a broker. Now one of you, yes, I'm talking to you, one of you came to him and you said, let's say this is you, one of you came to him and you said, hey, I'm looking for a piece of land. So he'll ask you, okay, so you ask him, what is, I'm looking for a piece of land. So he'll ask you a question, what is the size of land you are looking for constructing your home? Now you say, I'm looking for land of size 1024 square feet, something like that. So he'll say, oh yeah, this is the land, which is in front of you, and the size of this land is 1024 square feet. Fine. So this is what exactly the land is. Now what do? If it suits you, you buy that land. So before creating a home, before constructing a home, what you need to have? You need to have a land where you will construct your home. You need to have a land. Exactly in the same sense, when you are going to build your infrastructure in the cloud. So when you are going to build your infrastructure in the cloud, you need to have that land space. Unfortunately, that land space is not in square feet, not in square meter. The land space in cloud is in CIDR. So when you create a land in a cloud space, fine, so there you have to specify the size. Like in physical manner, you specify the size in meters and fits. Similarly, you have to specify the size of land in land in cloud, and that land size is not in square feet and meter, it is in CIDR. So now if you say 192.168.0.0/16, this means you are going to create a land of size 65,536 IPs. Hope you are getting. And this land itself is called VPC, isolated space. So with Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, you can launch AWS resources in a logically isolated virtual network that you are defined. Fine. So when first you create what? First you create VPC. So you first create VPC, and in that VPC, what do? You create resources. So you isolate. Now how you create home? So you first buy a land and then you construct home. How you create office space? First you buy a land, then you construct your office space, and that office space belongs to you, your company, and only the person who work in that company is allowed to enter, and all those who are in that company get employee ID. Exactly in the same sense, when I'm creating a VPC, so I have to specify the CIDR. So I'm specifying the CIDR size. So I'm specifying is /16. It could be 192.168, it could be 10.0, or any private IP CIDR. Fine. So you gave that CIDR, and now with this you can create these many number of IPs inside this particular VPC. So this virtual network closely resemble traditional network. So this virtual network closely resemble the traditional network that you operate in your own data center. It's just like that only, with the benefit of using scalable infrastructure of AWS. But what is the benefit in cloud? You can scale as much as you want. But what happens in physical infrastructure, when you purchase a land and a size of land is this, now you cannot scale anymore. You are limited to that space. But in cloud, you can expand whatever you want. Fine, how much you want, you can expand yourself. So your cloud infra is scalable, but your physical infrastructure is not scalable beyond the limit. There is some limit beyond which it stops. So that is what I wanted to tell you, what exactly VPC is. So whenever you create VPC, one thing which is required is CIDR. And if you don't know CIDR, how will you create VPC? Coming next. Now, coming back to the same analogy. Now, when you purchase a land, you said, oh, I wanted to construct a home. So the moment you said this, I wanted to construct a home, I said, oh, I don't know. I don't have any idea of home. I know one of my friend who is a constructor. So the constructor is a person, constructor. It's not C++ constructor, the constructor which automatically initialize the object of its class when it is created. Here we are taking an analogy of creating home. So it's a constructor who construct homes. So I said, I don't know anything on creating home. I sold you a land. Now what you need to talk to a constructor. So you said, hey, I bought this land from the broker, this land, and now I wanted to construct a home. Now constructor will ask you a question, that let's say how many rooms you are looking for. So he'll ask you a question, how many rooms you are looking for. Let's say I'm looking for 2 rooms. So he'll say, okay, so you're looking for 2 rooms? Yes. What rooms? So you say, I'm looking for 2 rooms. So these 2 rooms, this is you, and you are saying to constructor, so I'm looking for 2 rooms, 1 personal room and 1 guest room. Fine, exactly like this. 1 personal room, 1 guest room, 2 personal room, guest room, all personal room, no guest room. It's up to you. Fine. So you say something like that. So once you say this, he'll again ask you the question. So what is the size you are looking for your personal room, and what is the size of you are looking for your guest room? So let's say, hey, my personal room should be of 224 square feet. Fine. And the remaining size, so whatever is left, let's say 800 square foot is for my guest room. Fine. So this is how he'll divide the land like this. So this is will be your personal room, and this will be your guest room. Now what is personal room? Where you keep your personal thing. You don't want public to come. You don't want your your friends, your relative to come to your room. Fine, it's your personal room, it's a personal area. And what is guest room? Where you keep the thing which you wanted to show to public. So in your guest room you keep decorative item, because you want the people who are coming to your home see what exactly you have, how beautifully you decorated, because you wanted them to see this. But tell me one thing, will you keep your gold, cash, diamond in your guest room? Definitely not. Where you keep all these things? In your personal room. Why? Because that is precious to you, and you don't want anybody to come and access that. No, you won't let anybody to access your locker. So where do you keep your locker? You keep your locker in your personal room, in your personal room. Similarly, if I talk technically, so coming back to VPC, so when we create rooms like this, we created 2 rooms, 1 personal room and 1 guest room. Similarly, we create rooms in VPC. So when I'm creating room in VPC, so that rooms are called subnet. So here I'm creating 1 subnet, and here I'm creating another subnet. So in this VPC, I'm just creating 2 subnet. So let's say this is personal room is like private subnet. So let's say, and guest room is public subnet. So let's say this is public subnet, and this is private subnet. So there are 2 subnet, public and private subnet. So when you are creating subnet, you have to specify the size. Now I'm specifying the size 10.0.0.0/20. Now my question to you is, can I take this? Yes, I'm asking you, can I take this? 100% no. Now why? Because when I created my VPC, I took a CIDR 192.168/16 means this is blocked. If this is blocked, it cannot be changed. And if it cannot be changed, how can you take 10.0? It is something like that. You purchase land in India and constructing a home in Paris. So where you constructed, you purchase a land, please construct your home in that place only. So exactly I cannot take 10.0, I have to take 192.168.0.0/20. So this is what I am going to take. Now for second, I'm going to take 192. So slash 20 means what? 2 to the power 32 minus 20 means 2 to the power 12 means 4096. So total we have 65,000 IPs, out of which I've created one subnet of just 4096 IP. And second, I'm creating 192.168.0.0 slash 20, or it could not be, it cannot be 0, it is, let's say, dot 16. Now you must be thinking, okay, if it is starting from 0, why it is starting from 60? Why you started it from 16? Why not from 4, 5, 6, 10, 20? Why 16? So let me give you one very good example. Why am I starting from 16? So what I took right now. So what I took is 192.168.0.0/20 for my first room. Exactly when I already took. Have you ever seen a home having two rooms like this? Have you ever seen a home like this? When one room ends, only then your second room start. So when I have already taken this cider for this particular subnet, so how many IPs are blocked? IPs are blocked from 192.168.0.0 till 192.168.15.255. So these IPs are already blocked. Now you must be thinking that how am I coming to this number .15.255? So my dear friend, slash 20 means what? How many IPs I can create? 4096 IPs? Fine. So 4096 IPs means what? So how it will vary? So this number will vary from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will go till 255, and after 255 it will again become 0, and this will become 1. So after completing 0 to 255, how many IPs are consumed? 256 IPs. 4096 minus 256 IPs are consumed. So let me open my calculator. So it's 4096 minus 256 is what? 3840 still IPs are left. So after deducting 3840 IPs are left. Fine. So again after that it will again move from 0, 1, 2, 3, and this will become 2. Hope you understand timings. So if you say, let's say it's 1055, after 1055 it becomes 1056, after 1056 1057, after 1057 1058, then 1059. Have you ever seen 1000? No. After 1059, what happens? This becomes 00 and this become 11. Exactly in the same sense, when it will reach to 255, this will again become 0 and it will become 1. So till I consume 4096 IPs, I will reach 215 to 255. So when I'm already booked from here to here, so the next available IP is starting from 16 only. So now making sense? So why am I starting from 16? I know that it will make you a sense now. Why am I starting from 16? So total how many IPs I'm creating here also? 4096. So total out of 65,536 IPs, I'm only using 8,000, something around 8,200 IPs I'm using. I still have a lot of IPs left. I can create. So it's just about how much big area you have. So the big area you have, you can create n number of rooms. So like this, I've just created two subnet. Making sense? So what I did till now, I have created two subnet. So I've created two subnets. Okay. Okay. So shall I rub all these things? So yeah, let me rub all these things so that I can go further and teach you the things. So what is subnet? Subnet is network of network. No. So what is subnet? So this is the big network, and this is a small network of that network. Right? So that is subnet. Okay. Now let me give you some more examples so that I can explain you further. Now, again, very important line. Merely by making public, nothing become public. Merely by making public, nothing become public. what I wanted to say by this. Merely by making public nothing become public, what is the meaning of this? So merely by making public nothing become public means that if I'm making it public, it does not mean that it is public, it is private only. How you can say this? So how I can say this, I'm giving you one layman example. Let's say there is one room, there are two person in this room, person A and person B, and there is another room, there are two person here also, person C and person D. I say, hey, you person A and person B, you are public. And hey, you person C and D, you are private. So according to me that you are public, you can go outside. A and B, you can go outside and enjoy the world. But C and D, you are private. You cannot go outside. Now what happens? A and B started laughing. They started laughing because I have made them public. Now when they stopped laughing, C and D started laughing. So when they stopped laughing, then A and B got confused that if we are laughing, we know we have a reason, we are public. But why C and D are laughing? Why they are laughing? What is the reason behind their laugh? So they ask why you are laughing. You are private. Why you are laughing? Then what C and D has said is need to be noted. C and D said, check your room. Is there any door to go out? Now I'm asking this question from you, wherever you are sitting right now and watching this video, and if there is no door to go out, so can you go out of that door? Or can somebody come from without that door? If there is no door, all the entire room is covered with wall, and from ceiling and from floor and ceiling, will you be able to go out, and will somebody be able to come in? No, no. So merely by making public, nothing become public. So we have to have something, only then will become a public. So then what happened? These guys A and B called me and said, hey, you cheated us. You said we are public and we can go out. But when I'm checking, there is no door. So I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me create a door. So I created a door and attached the door. Now, so this is a door. So let me create a door. So what I did, I created a door and I attached the door to it. So I attach a door, or you can say gate, to it, and then they become a public. Exactly in the same sense. Merely by writing public, nothing become public. They are private only. So subnet is private. They are not public. So what I have to do to make it public? I have to create internet gateway and attach it to VPC. So what I have to do? I have to create internet gateway, IGW. I have to create internet gateway, and I'll be showing you everything practically. And trust me, if you're coming without watching this video, so you are just wasting your time. Fine. So I'm going to create internet gateway, and then I'm going to attach this internet gateway to my VPC. Now on attaching internet gateway to my VPC, is my subnet become public? Still no. Still no. I've attached internet gateway to VPC. Now I should inform the public subnet that you can go via internet gateway. So how to inform public subnet that you can go via internet gateway? So in order to inform public subnet via internet gateway, I have to create route table. So let's create a route table. So let me rub all these things. Now let's go and understand the concept of route table. So I've taught you what is uh, internet gateway. Now we'll understand route table. Route table. Fine. So I'm going to create two route table. So one route table for public subnet and one route table for private subnet. Fine. So let's do it. Okay. So every route table has two entry. One is called target and one is called destination. One is called target and one is called destination. Now I'm going to make entries over here. So let's say I'm making entry. So I said target local and destination is 192.168.0.0/16. And in route table of private subnet, I'm writing target local and destination 192.168.0.0/16. Now you must be again confused. Hey, what you are doing this? You said one is public route table, one is private route table. They both have same entry. And what is this local and what is this 192.168? I'm not getting anything. I know very well you must be thinking this. Now I'm giving you one example. Let's say there is one home, and in home there are two brothers. One is elder brother and one is younger brother. Younger brother. Elder brother is working and earning. So his father said, hey, you can be in a home and you can go outside also because you are working. So, and you are earning, you are mature enough, you can do. But you younger brother, you are studying. So you cannot go outside, but you can only be inside this home. Now tell me one thing. Elder brother can be in this home. Yes. Younger brother can also be in this home. Sorry. So what this home is local to them, and what is their destination? Destination is the size of this home. Exactly what am I writing? So for even for public subnet or for private subnet, I'm writing this target is local and destination is what? 192.168.0.0/16 means this public subnet treat it as elder brother can be locally inside this area. This is the area, can be locally inside this area. And even the younger brother, so the private subnet can be locally inside this area. But elder brother has one more advantage. What? It can go out. Now how elder brother will go out? So he'll be going out via door. So via door. So what this door here is called internet gateway. So this public subnet will have one more entry, that is via target, via internet gateway. It can go out, and outside IP is represented at 0.0.0.0/0. This is internet cider. Fine. So cider means I'm not blocking anything. This is called internet. So you can go anywhere. Fine. So this is what now the difference between public and private route table. So this is a public route table. So this is what a public. So this is what a public route table. So let me change the color of my pen so that you do not get confused. This is a public subnet, route table of public subnet. This is a route table. So route table of public subnet will have two entry, 1 and 2. While route table of private subnet will have one entry, that it can locally, no, it can do routing locally. It can route locally, but it cannot go outside. Fine. But elder brother or a public subnet can go outside. Now I've created route table also. Now my subnet has become public. Still no. What I have to do? I have to attach this route table to the subnet. So when I'm attaching route table to this subnet, now this subnet, after watching this route table, came to know I can be locally also, and via internet gateway I can go out. So it will make a connection like this, and it will become a public subnet. Or if I am making this route table and I'm attaching this route table to private subnet, so even the name is private, but it will become public. So what it will do? It can roam locally and can via internet. So it will make entry like this. Entry like this. So via internet gateway, it can go outside. So only the name is private, but it will act as a public. So overall, the big player is route table. Route table, to whom I'm assigning this route table. Which route table? This route table, which has two entries, will become a public subnet. So merely by giving name public subnet, nothing become public. Fine. So merely by giving name as public, so nothing become public. So we have to make it public. How to make it public? First create internet gateway, then make entry of that internet gateway in route table, and then attach that route table to the subnet you wanted to make it public. So if you attach it to them, then it will become public. Fine. So what I talked till now, I'm going to revise everything. So what I did, so I started with cider. I told you what is cider. So first of all, you have to understand what is cider. Fine. Once you know what is cider, then we talked on VPC. So what is VPC? Is only a isolated space in cloud. So in cloud, and where you create your resources. So where you create your resources. So what do you do? So whenever you create VPC, what do you do? Whenever you create VPC, you give, what do? You give name to a VPC. Let's say it's Geeks VPC. Fine. And then you give size of this VPC. Let's say 10.0.0.0/16. Slash 16 means, now I'll not explain how this 65,536 IP is coming. Fine. Fine. Now, after that, we talked on subnet. We talked on subnet. And we talked on two type of subnet, public and private. So I told you that you create subnet and give name one public or private or all public. It's up to you. So one is public subnet and one is private. And once you give public or private subnet, you have to specify the size. Size should be inside this range only. So let's say it's just 10.0.0.0/20 means 4096 IPs, and this will start from 10.0.60.0/20 means 4096 IPs. So then after this, we talked on internet gateway. Internet gateway. I told you merely by writing public, nothing become public. They are private only. So what do? You create internet gateway. So after attaching internet gateway also, your subnet are still private. Even the name is public, but they are private. So what you do? You in a fifth step, what do? You create route table. You create a route table. And I told you route table has two entry. What? One entry is called target and one entry is called destination. And you make entries of a route table. So your public route table has two entry, one for local and one for via internet gateway to go out. And when you attach this route table to subnet, only then it become public subnet. So this is what overall discussion on virtual private cloud. Now, before saying thanks, I am writing one thing. Please do not watch lab 3.1 before watching what video. What video? Video, the first video and the second video, before watching first two videos on IP, CIDR and VPC. So this is what I wanted you to follow. And at last, I'll only say thanks and wait for next video where I'm going to teach you exactly how to create VPC, how to create subnet, how to create route table, how to attach route table to the subnet and make them public and all those things. So till then, thank you so much. Bye-bye.